Hey there. Hope you're well. I hope you're enjoying your week. It's been quite a bright week, although I'm here we're about to get an amazing sun heat wave, so that should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. Thank you for everyone who tuned in last week, even though I wasn't technically live and in person. I am back and live now here. I've just realised my door should probably get shut over. Yeah, so I hope you're well. I'm going to flip over to the products that I'm going to be crafting with and just jump straight to it. Okay, so let's put some lights on so you can see a bit of what's going on. So tonight, my plan is to use this stamp set here. It's called Along These Lines. It's from the new annual catalogue, and actually it's one that I got free because I got it as a prize patrol when I went to On Stage in Strasbourg. Hey Julie, glad you're here. And I got it and I really loved it, but I haven't actually used it yet. So I thought, let's crack it out and let's have a play with it. The other thing that I'm going to play with tonight, and I want you to stick with me, okay? I am going to use the Turtle DSP. So this is the Turtley Cute Designer Series paper. Now, I will tell you, I am not a fan of these turtles. The patterns that they have are all a bit mad, and these are not my style of papers. However, when you turn them over and look at the other side, these patterns are actually really cool. So I'm going to use the diagonals, I'm going to use the stripes, I'm going to use the spots, and I'm going to use the music notes. And I'm going to do a number of cards using this particular stamp set. That's the thing, when there are designer series papers that you're not wild about, don't let that stop you, because they have two sides. On one side might be not quite to your taste, but the other side might be very fun. So I'm going, you see, even now I was thinking the music notes would be perfect because there's a guitar. It's not a guitar here at all. I don't know why I thought there was a guitar one. We've got a rose. We've got see, I think that's a whale rather than a dolphin, just because of the spots. I think that's a dolphin. Dolphin, whale, tiger, puppy, bicycle, dove, cute little heart, rose, and then the wedding cake or really fancy birthday cake. So let's start off with my card blanks, and I have white card blank here. I had a plan in my mind for how I was going to do this, and now I just need to see if it works in practice. Let's start with let's get my trimmer and let's get the inks as well. And now the decision is just whether I'm going to do this on a layer or straight onto the card. I think I'm going to start off doing it straight onto the card. Right. The colours in these designer series papers, there's lots of them, so I'm not going to read them all out. But the first one that I'm going to do is using the Balmy Blue, which is this cardstock here. And there is Balmy Blue in this as well. It's kind of like the Garden Green, Granny Apple Green, and the Balmy Blue, which is why I think this should work. And if it doesn't, well, we will have learnt an important lesson. Going to start with the dolphin. And just before I start this, I'm just going to look up at my sentiments, because I want to find a sentiment that's going to go with this. It needs to be a sentiment that's all on one line. Ooh. Let me see. That's what I want. This is exactly what I want. Ooh, no. I'm going to do these as thank you cards. Let's move this out of the way. I'm creating a bit of a guddle here, aren't I? It is my way, though. So, right. Here's my plan. Let's get one of the longer blocks. I'm going to use my grid paper to help me line this up. And I'm going to have basically my sentiment and my dolphin all on the one line, like that. Check that it fits on there. It does. Need my pen too. Right. Ink this up, my balmy blue. And then there we go. Headbutt of the camera. Right. So we've got the dolphin and the thanks next to each other. Let's just clean off my stamp as I go. Because if I don't, you know I'm going to accidentally drop it and smudge things. Actually, I'm not going to clean it off just yet. There's a reason. I am going to use the pen. So this is the balmy blue pen. And I'm going to extend the line. Like so. So now I have my thanks. Hey, Karen. Next, what I want to do is I want to incorporate some designer series paper. I'm going to do it this way. Let's check this measurement here. So that's going to do this to 5.5 centimeters by 14.8. So that should be the width of the card. And then what I'm going to do, this is why I didn't clean off the stamp. I'm going to line it up. And I'm going to stamp again. Okay. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut along the bottom where the sentiment was and where the dolphin was. And I'm not being overly worried about making it perfect, but it's just going to fit, fit along the bottom like that. Let's get my trusty Tombow. At first I was thinking about having the lines in the other direction, but actually having it in this direction works. Just line that up with the bottom of the card. There we go. Very simple. Let you see, so you can see just where it's cut, where the sentiment and where that line is. And that is here, although I'm sorry that there's no choir. You can sing for us if you like. Right, that worked. So I am now going to try the next one, which is going to be this rose. And I'm going to do the same stuff, but slightly different. So let's just put these back. Pull the rose out. I'm Flirty Flamingo, but it's whether I do it with the spots or the stripe. Comment in the chat of which one you think I should do. Just undecided. Here's another tip as well, just while I'm doing this. One card blank, just do two. It's just as easy to do two card blanks at the same time as it is to do one. And then that way you've got a second card blank for the next time you use it. So, bone folder. Going with the spots. 2 votes for spots. So spots it is. Go. And let's pull out our Flirty Flamingo. This time we're going tone on tone. Making sure I've got it the right way. There we go. We've got the thanks that's on its side. Although now I'm wondering if it wouldn't have been better doing it round the other way. Doing it that way. Let me just do that on the grid. Nope, I like it the way I've done it. Let's now cut the spots to size. I'll just put this in so that I know how much I'm cutting it to. Doing it by 8.5. And again by 14.8, so that it's the full width of my card, like that. And now I've taken off the thanks, so I'm just going to do the flower and see how that works. And then if I need to adjust anything for the words as well, I can. There we go. Yeah, do you know, I think I do need to do for the words as well. Let's try and do this without making too much of a mess. Let's just kind of stamp off. See if I can very carefully position this back where it is. It would have been easier with a different colour, but hey, we are where we are. Honestly, you guys must watch these videos, half for the ideas of what to do and half for the tips of what not to do. I am happy to share my expertise if it helps you avoid disasters. Right. There we go. I do need my flirty flamingo pen just to join up these lines. There we go. And then let's cut that a little bit more so it's even. Right, and then Tombow, hey Shona, that's all right. We're having fun using up DSP and trying something new with a stamp set that I hadn't inked yet. Here's my challenge to you ladies. Is there a stamp set that you bought it because you loved it and you haven't inked it yet? Go on, fess up in the comments if you've got stamp sets that you haven't inked yet. And if that's the case, then why don't you grab one just now? Have me on in the background and just grab a stamp set that you bought because you wanted it. You haven't used it yet. There we go. So stamped on the card and then cut out round there to reveal the words. So we've got the dolphin and we've got the rose, a bolder colour for it to go with. Yeah, I'm thinking Daffodil Delight and then trying to decide. I think the bicycle. This time though, although I've got the Daffodil Delight card, curry ink, which is again one of the colours in this designer series paper, against the cardstock. Let's use my grid. I think rather than having long cards, I'm going to do slightly different. We'll see if this works, because it might not, but I'm going to try it anyway. At least 50% of your stamp sets are uninked. Nicola Carson. Go on then. Grab the one that you like the look of the most, and I dare you. Go on. Crack it open and get it inky and have fun with it. One of the things I enjoy about these Facebook Lives is it does encourage me to use the stuff that I bought. Because I bought it because I loved it. Right. This one's going to be very easy because it's just the thanks that I need along the bottom. Because there we go. Put that back on. I'll clean that in a minute. Deliberately making that like an uneven path for the bike to ride on a little bit more. Cycle paths are always a bit uneven, aren't they? A little bit more just off of there. There we go. Doing it the wrong way around this time. You notice I didn't measure it down to see how far down it needed to go. So just going to stick that on like so. And then trim it off from the other side. Challenge accepted. Well done, that lass. Fully expect you to share with us though. I want to see a photo. Pixar, it didn't happen, as my friend always says. Where's my bone folder? Let me clean these stamps off before I drop them and make a mess. There we go. What do you think? So we have the dolphin, the rose, and the bicycle. Which one's your favourite? For me, I think it is the dolphin. I like the blue because then these bits as well look almost like waves. I like that. The rose, I wish I had done it on a white background instead of on a pink background because you don't see it quite so much. I wonder if I could colour in the petals, make it stand out a bit more. Yours is the bike, Shona. I'm glad. Lovely. Do you know, while I've got these papers open, I'm just going to do some more cards because it's only been half an hour. I normally do about 40 minutes. So feel free to abandon me if you need to. I will not be offended. But I need to make some more thank you cards. And I'm going to use up this DSP. So I'm just going to use the other bits of cardstock that I brought down and just make up some quick and easy cards. So I've got my Granny Apple Green and my Balmy Blue. Would work with some of the new floral sets we have. I think you're right. A little mini square one there. Let's do some easy cards. Right, do you know what I'm going to do while I've got this stuff out? Let's do the stack and shuffle, shall I? Yeah, and let's do it with these three. So let me do we'll leave a little bit of an edge. Let's leave a little bit of an edge. Okay, so I am cutting these to into 10 centimeter strips. And then in the other direction, I'm going to do them to 14.3. So these would layer quite nicely on a card blank just in their own right. But what I'm going to do, so I'm going to do Granny Apple Green, Balmy Blue and Flirty Flamingo. And I'm going to cut that corner off there. And then I'm going to cut it there as well. Okay, let me put that to one side. So my 3 pieces of designer series paper. Okay, I'm going to layer differently. So these are my 3 pieces. Let's swap the corners first. So let's put that one there, and that one there. And then let's layer these. So that goes there, that goes there, and that goes there. So now I have 3 different sets. Let's just put them over. Let's start with this one. And let's glue them down. Remembering that I left the slight edge. This is a good way of using up your designer series paper and making really effective cards as well. So there we go. That's card 1. Thinking, having done the first one, this piece at the base kind of covers both corners. It's probably easiest to do that one first. There we go. And then let me know in the comments if you've used this stack and shuffle technique. It would be so perfect for Christmas cards, Karen, and it's absolutely acceptable to do that at this time of year. In fact, I'm going to be getting started on Christmas cards very soon. Watch this space for my Christmas in July class to get chatted about very soon. Did it last year. Had a lot of fun with it. Got me ahead of the game on some of my Christmas cards. One of my lovely friends, Linda Dewar, who I haven't seen in the chat yet, but she is very organised with her Christmas cards. Often she is very organised. I don't know if she's organised this year, but I'll tell you what else this is good for if you're making cards in bulk for swaps. If you're going to a Stampin' Up event, because swaps is something that we love to do. It's not mandatory, it's always optional, but it's good fun. And you get lots of nice designs and ideas back. There we go. So that's our paper chopped up and given us 3 different cards. Let me have a look at, yeah, it's got to be this one, hasn't it? With the matching punch. Get out the matching punch. And let's see, let's get some white cardstock first of all. I think a bit of Granny Apple Green. Where's my clear block gone? There we go. I just thought using the green, because it's all the leaves round about the edges of this stamp, it's quite pretty. Pull that off. Let's have the thank you next. Let's do that in Flirty Flamingo. Actually, no. I'm going to use, oh, right, I have a plan. Let's use that for the thank you. And then we've got this cute little flourish, which I think would sit nicely along the bottom. Let's do the flourish first. And then I know the space that I've got left for the sentiment. I think flourish at the top as well, or is that too much? It would fit. Let's do the flourish at the top as well. And then let's do, well done, Julie, ahead of the game, getting started on your Christmas cards. I'm very impressed. There we go. This is such a cute stamp set, really good for layering. This is the Bright Borders stamp set. So I've used the leaves and the edges, this little flourish piece here, and then the thank you for the sentiment. So let's punch out these bad boys. There we go. And then all I need are some dimensionals. Should we use a bit of ribbon? Let's use a bit of ribbon. bit of ribbon on there. And then just pop that over the join. Do you think that's enough, or does it need bling? You guys tell me in the chat if you think I should add some bling just while I do the rest of these ribbons. You know, I do like my bling, but you can have too much. Don't want to be vulgar. It's quite nice as it is without bling. So maybe doesn't, maybe not mandatory. Or is bling always mandatory? Nothing in the comments. So maybe we're in a no bling mood tonight. Always need bling. Okay, Julie, you said it. Let's do it. What bling shall I use? Oh, I know what would work. Should we use some of these? These are the shades of green hexagons, and they actually coordinate with these papers. It's just where it would go. I know it says shades of green, but that one's actually very pale. Would go over the flower's a bit, doesn't really work putting it over the flower. Just ended up with a little glue dot there, so we'll just lift that off again. Put one there. There we go. A little bit of bling. Shona agrees as well. Bling it up. There we go. That took 15 minutes, guys. Do you realise that? To make these 3 cards. Took almost no time at all. All right, I think we will call it a halt there. So we've got our extra cards from this evening, and then we've got our rose, our bike, and our dolphin, which were the first ones that we made. Yeah, I will flick back and say hello, bye-bye, night-night. I hope you have enjoyed that this evening. And some of you I will see on Saturday for the team day, bright and early. Horribly afternoon, everyone. Take care. Bye.